There was a time in life that I walked with no direction, pretty much senseless. Got through each day by simply completing the routine of what should be. Going to work, going to school, spending time with family, but you see there was something happening deeper inside of me. The chains of these routines were binding my feet from escaping this artificial reality. This depression that no one could see was wrapping around my interior like a boa constrictor. I was gasping for breath each day and what felt like I was getting closer to my literal physical death. I was amazed on how I could so easily fool those who said they knew me with a smile. I thought I could see past the forced grin I put on my face. I only grinned so no one felt the pressure to try to fix me. On the way to rock bottom, I reached my arms out to my friends. I finally opened up about my profound brokenness, only to find out they too found themselves in the same abyss. They were simply hiding it behind the shots of vodka and joints of weed laced with PCP. Every weekend dancing at parties and having sex with someone who could take them away from their miserable existence for an instant. Yes, these were my friends that offered me the same prescription of hopelessness. I thought in them I could find the help and the comfort I was longing for. So last but not least, I turned to my family, the ones who we all call our rock, something firm we could land on, but I found that my family's foundation was founded on sand, and everyone is unanimously divided on the low. Everybody's living their own private life in their own rooms. They have too many problems of their own to try to take of yours, so as you throw your obvious hints that you're in desperate need of help, they turn their face in oblivion. Wow, never saw that coming. The light in my eyes grow dim as I start sinking in the sand of what I once thought I could stand in. My mind begins to race and wonder before I take my last breath. All I could think of is how sad my life is. And then it hit me deeply. I remember hearing about a Jesus who saves. Maybe he can save me, but this is God. He is a holy God. How do I approach him in my worst moment? For far too long, I accepted that I would always find myself in this condition. I opened my eyes to catch the last glimpse of life, and there he was, a man clothed in white. As I looked into this man's fiery eyes, I was consumed with passionate love. He made it known that this love was what he felt for me. I was instantly transported to my knees at Calvary. My heart was overwhelmed because I finally understand what actually happened here. I heard about it before, but now I understand the gravity of it. He was not this finger-pointing, angry, judgmental man. On the contrary, his great love speaks loudly. Because if he were really like that, how could he die for someone he was mad at? Jesus took no offense while the ones he was dying for spat on him. He simply cried out to the Father to forgive him because they had no clue of what they were doing. They did not know that the one they were despising was the one they worshipped in heaven that came down in human disguise. Jesus died so that you and I could have a relationship with him. He died to recover the sight of the blind and to set the oppressed and prisoners free, and not just those behind bars, but those in prison mentally. He died to give me life in abundance, to still in my life peace and joy, so that no matter how tough the road is, I know in who I put my trust in. He engraved into my being that life's goal was not only to make it to where he lived, but that he strategically placed us on earth for such a time as this. Our purpose here was to bring heaven down, to show the world of what God is truly about. No more words, but with simple demonstration of his greatness. He rose from the dead and overthrew every plot of Satan, for now he is risen and our faith cannot be shaken. This revelation of his death brought me to the foot of the cross, weeping. I cried out to him for help, but he was different from the others because his hands were already extended before I finished my sentence. I got up from my surrendered position. I drew closer to him. He wrapped his arms around my frailty. The depression that once consumed my very entity had vanished into a damned eternity. He sang over me a song of freedom and love, and what he did has no name. He resurrected my heart along with him. Freedom for me was found in his presence. I was dead in spirit and now I live. He has the power to lift the dead to life, and now that it is finished, I will go and proclaim of the Lord's goodness, that he is the only one that saves. His name is the Redeemer, and for me I've come to know God as my one true healer.